Hey everybody, Melville here with your weekly angel reading. I hope that your year has started off on the right foot. I am back to doing weekly angel readings as well as monthly readings for the collective, sorted by your element of astrology. And yeah, so let's just dive in. I will start off with I pulled a few cards already, and I thought this was really interesting and makes a lot of sense to me because none of us live in a bubble. So regardless of your feelings about the changes happening in the country as well as in the world, it's going to affect you. And it's not just the things happening that will affect you, but people's reactions to the things happening. So there is a lot of chaotic energy right now. There's power struggles, and that has an energy. Keeping in mind, like, you're not just sitting in this one country. Whatever country you live in, you are in the world, okay? And the energies that flow don't know borders, don't know this is across the sea here in this other state, other country. It just swirls, just like a weather pattern would do. Weather patterns don't stop. They just go. They just do their thing. They dissipate. They get stronger. So keeping that in mind, nobody is immune to being affected by the collective energy that we are experiencing right now. There is a level of uncertainty, there's a lot of anger, and there's probably also some celebration, some excitement. It really depends on who you are. And there's power changes and struggles and challenges happening in other countries as well. And so that will be a very charged energy. And so with the composure card, we're just talking about finding your center, knowing when to retreat and when to fight. And if you notice, the sword is on the ground and this person is choosing to meditate and find their center. So that doesn't mean give up, but sometimes you really need to step back and recharge and center yourself. How much of this that I'm feeling is fear? What parts of it I can actually do something about? How am I managing my emotions? How am I expressing myself? And it might help for you to write in a journal or even get a blog and start a blog expressing how you feel about things. Whatever your outlet is, processing your emotions in a constructive way that's going to help you and not harm others. I honestly just don't think it's helpful for anybody right now to argue on the internet, for example, about things, because people have chosen their sides. And it is what it is. Right now, that's what we have to come to accept, is if somebody has made up their mind about something at this point, there's nothing that you can say that's going to change their mind. So self-expression is for your benefit. It's to help you release some pent-up energy. It's not for you to change anybody's mind. So if you're only communicating to change someone's mind, it's probably not a productive thing to be focusing on right now. So situation is transformation. So things are changing. Things are changing. This really gives me Pluto vibes. And Pluto is in Aquarius right now, so I would look into that. I do feel like there's change happening. That's why there's this flux. There's this chaos. And we know change is happening. Things are going to be rapidly changing, and we don't, again, live in a bubble. So the changes that happen in the United States will affect other countries, and the changes that happen in China, for example, will have an effect in the United States. Like, we do not live in a bubble. We are all affected differently on this planet that we live on. Incoming energy is the no card. So asking that you please make sure that you have firm boundaries, that you are not taking up, if someone's asking you for a favor, for example, or your boss is trying to give you more work to do and it's not your job, or you have a full plate already and you're afraid of saying that, it is better for you to say it than to fail. It's better for you to say it. You can assess how much work you have. Are you really putting in your full time? And if you are, just saying, something either has to come off my plate in order for me to take on this thing, or I can't take on this thing. Is there someone else we can pull in? And also with personal life, if there's something that you are being asked to do, take on a responsibility for a family member or an event or something, and you know that you don't have the bandwidth for it, but you don't know how to say no. It is a good time right now for you to challenge yourself, to learn to say no. I can't do this right now. That's not, someone else is going to have to do that. It's okay to let people down sometimes. And this isn't a challenge. And this just goes back to what I was just talking about, the chaotic nature, the chaotic energy of our earth right now. The collective energy swirling about is intense. It's intense. It's chaotic. There's mixed emotions. There's delight, and there's grief, and there's joy, and there's fear, and there's love, and there's pain, there's trepidation. There's so many things, and they aren't, they're all across the board. So it can be confusing as well, the way the energies are fluxing. And so this is just about finding your center. Notice again that this person is meditating. They are finding their center. They are staying grounded. And that is something that's hard to do when the energy is chaotic, because you want to float and fly around all over the place if you lean on the collective energy to find your center. We don't want to do that. We want to center ourselves in the earth. We want to center ourselves with the universe, with the divine life force energy. And we want to align ourselves with the universe. Now, I feel the need to say, when we're talking about the universe, we're not just talking about the planets, but we are talking about the planets. We are also talking about your higher power, your divine team, being in alignment with your highest good, trusting that your highest good is good for you. Because I think sometimes when we think of a higher power or an authority figure, we sometimes feel afraid to trust the plan, because we think that maybe the plan will be hurtful, that the plan means that we have to suffer. And that is not the case. The more aligned you are with your plan, the easier things are. Now, there's always going to be challenges, but if we align with that, then you know how, like, if you do things, if you don't do something and you've been getting signs, I really have to address that, I really have to do that, and you just don't act on it, and then eventually it's almost like the choice gets taken out of your hands, and then something happens to make you address it. So keeping that in mind, if we're in alignment with the plan, we avoid that because we are addressing it. We are staying in alignment from the get-go. So then we're in the flow, and the flow, we'll see this obstacle coming up and be like, either we can take a turn and go around it, or at least we have the skills and the understanding, and our intuition is on point to navigate it directly. So when you're trusting the universe, you're also trusting your higher self. So keep those things in mind. Challenge yourself to look within and make sure that you're not having any issues with authority figures, and lending that energy to a higher power. Not trusting God because you don't trust the government is a good example of that. You can have that become an overarching thought form in your mind that then creates a barrier between you and a higher power, whether that be feminine or masculine in nature, or both, or neither. You can find yourself hitting a wall with that. And when I say neither, then that's like the great unknown. And sometimes we have fear of the unknown. So if you know that God and the higher power is bigger than you can comprehend, that in itself can create some fear and some tension and blocking that connection. So just some things to think about. I went really long on that, so I'm just gonna pull one card from this Archangel Power Tarot cards. And I just want to add to that message because I really appreciate how much that a lot of good information came from those cards. Those cards are the Angel Guide Oracle deck by Kyle Gray, and these are by Radleigh Valentine. Yes, Radleigh Valentine. Okay. It's this one. The Emperor. Okay, so this is a multi-faceted message here. So it says stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. But I wanted to point out the Emperor energy is definitely about leadership. It's about authority. It's about your authority, but also others' authority and how their authority affects you. And vice versa. How much of your authority can affect others. And so there is that energy of, like I just said, about, a higher power is an authority. The government is an authority. Your boss is an authority. Then you are making your own life choices, or if you are, then you are also the authority. If you are a parent, you're an authority. So there's that energy, that authority energy is really big right now. So this card's also talking about staying grounded, stability, and efficiency. If you are grounded in yourself, if you are self-assured, if you know what direction you're going in, if you're sure about your life choices, that is going to help you on your path. If you are not sure, if you are uncertain, you've got to get grounded. You have to separate yourself from the chaotic energies of the universe, of the world. And you have to bring yourself to center. And taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans, it seems like right now what I'm sensing is when you get yourself grounded, you realize you know what to do. And it's up to you to do what you need to do to make positive change. We are being guided. We are being coaxed into thinking about change. So maybe life is going good, things are easy, and not necessarily easy, but you you know what's next. You know what's around the corner. And so you can just go with the flow of any given situation, but maybe you know in the back of your mind, there's more. There's something I'm supposed to be doing. There's something different. There's something more I'm supposed to be doing. But there's this fear because this is comfortable, what's happening right now, but it's not fulfilling. So you're being encouraged to kind of step out of your comfort zone and feel it out and see if there's more that you can do to further enrich your life. So where in your life are you giving up your power? Where in your life are you afraid to be the authority of any situation that's going on in your life, like any aspect in your life, wherever it fits? Because remember, this is a collective reading intended for anyone who comes across it. So make sure that you are taking what resonates and leaving the rest for others. So we're going to pull a card from our Archangel Oracle cards. I also wanted to mention the Emperor card that we pulled had Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel is a great angel for when you are uncertain about next steps. Archangel Uriel will hold a lantern and light your next steps. So if you ask Archangel Uriel for help, the help is given in the way like your future is not revealed. Basically, it's the destination's not revealed, but the first couple of steps are revealed. So you walk in faith knowing that you're going in the right direction without knowing for sure what the destination is. So that can be a little disconcerting, but that's where faith comes in. And if you are grounded and centered, you can trust your higher self to make good decisions for you. You can always trust the angels to lead you in the right direction. The angels will never mislead you. They will never take you down a dark path or the wrong path. They will always have your highest good in mind. Always want to shelter you from any pain as best they can. Archangel Sandalphon comes with a message of gifts from God. So now this is also a multi-layered message because this talks about your gifts. So what do you have to share with the world? Where are your gifts? What are you really good at? How do you help others? Are you utilizing that? Are you spending time sharing these gifts with other people? Then this is also about receiving. This is about receiving gifts from God. This is about fortunate events that happen, surprise blessings, spurts of abundance, like receiving a check in the mail and not thinking that you were going to, or things like that. So the message is, we angels bring you gifts from your Creator. Open your arms to receive. So make sure that you are, when you are sitting and getting yourself centered, that you are making sure that you are open to receiving. If there's anywhere in your spirit or mind that says, I am not worthy, or I still need to earn this, I'm not good enough, I haven't done enough work for this to come to me, that you have to rid yourself of that. You need to release that. And writing it out will really help. Journaling will really help. If you're having those kind of worthiness issues, those thoughts, and being open to receiving can just be like, I am open to receiving all the good that's available to me right now. All the love and the abundance that the higher power, that Goddess wants to give to me. And I ask the angels to help me with any feelings of unworthiness, and allow me to receive, help me to receive. Be real specific when you work with the angels. Okay, so I forgot that we do answers. So I'm going to go ahead and stick with that. for now. I'm going to stick with that for now. So if you have a question on your heart, please take a moment and ask that question. We're going to ask the angels a question. There we go. Okay. And if you need a moment, you can pause this video and think of a question. Angels, we have a question for you. Can you please give us a card that answers the question that's on our hearts right now? Thank you in advance for your assistance, angels. Okay. Here it is. Well, the answer is wait. The answer is wait, which is interesting. Okay, so the answer is wait. Now is not the moment to act. If it is something you're asking about, should I do this or should I do that? I wanted to mention, if you see the sword, and then this one has the sword at their feet. So that is very significant in choosing not to act at this moment. This doesn't mean no. Wait never means no. It just means not right now. And it could be just for a couple of days. It's not always, this means not this year, not this month. It can just mean not right in this moment. And just want to show you, I'm looking at the back of the card, which I don't normally look at, but if you look at the top of her head, there's butterflies. And that makes me think again of transformation. The situation card was transformation. And I feel like when you think about the cocoon process and having to the caterpillar deconstructs itself to goo, and then it recreates itself in the cocoon. It chooses to recreate itself again. Part of it is a caterpillar still, but now it has wings. So it's not the same as it was, but it still has its integrity. It still has parts of its structure, which I always think is so very profound. That's what happens. And so when we think about transformation, yes, it's scary to go in that cocoon. It's scary to dismantle yourself, and but you can trust that the outcome is beautiful. So if there is something that you are still trying to figure out or need to do, and you're being told to wait, trust that maybe you need to just give it a little more time. If you need to rest more than usual, honor that where you can, or make time to be able to honor that where you can. I know we all have responsibilities. Some of you have children, so it makes it harder, and if you're working as well. But if you look at your life and try to find some spaces there where you can make sure that you are allowing a little time for rest. Rest doesn't always mean sleep. It can just be 10-15 minutes of meditation. It can be a salt bath and meditating in the bath. So I think, and I'm seeing children, I'm seeing parents and children. So I feel like this is specific maybe to somebody, but not having a moment's time to yourself. And what can you do to change that? And my child, Jasper, is a good example of that right now in this moment. What can you do to shift that? Is there any creative problem solving ways that you can make a little more space for yourself? Okay, well, I think that's it. Thank you for watching and for staying till the end. And I hope that you guys have a wonderful, don't you jump up here. Get down, Jasper. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week, and please like, share, subscribe, and I will be back with more content here regularly soon, and I will talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.